Alright, so we are solving more human anatomy. We just came to thorax, the chest, the center view. This is so awesome because thorax parallels Christ perfectly. So, letter for letter. And then, I can't resist. We are also, things at the center of you is your urinary bladder, thorax, also known as corselet, breast. All these parallel Christ, breastplate, thorax, corselet. Very obvious. 2 plus 2 is 1 plus 1. Or 1 plus 1, 2 plus 2s, and 3 letters that divide by 3, and thorax, so that perfectly glorifies Christ. And then, so 3 there, 18 there. And then we did the same thing for sternum. Corselet, very obvious for Christ, same phenomenon. 2 plus 2s, 1 plus 1, the rest of the letters, 5 by 3. Very similar letters to Christ. T, T and H, and R is an R. This differs by 18. And these guys differ by, no, that differs by 6, that differs by 21, okay. And so what are the differences between these? It's obvious, 86, 12, 92, 15. Well, that's 9. So Christ is, so thorax is 9 points higher than Christ. Let's just see how that completes. An S must be compared to an A to make 18. And then you can go I to an X, or an I to an O, and a C to an X. I guess we'll just do an I to an X is minus 15, and then a C to an O is minus 12. So that Christ is a grand total. That's cool. 3 teams of 3s that differ by 3 in absolute value. That's very cool. Very cool indeed. Christ owneth the thorax. You can also do clever things like see what the individual offset is. Like a C to an A differs by 2, and then an I to an O differs by 6, and then an S to an X differs by 4. So again, you get this, in the final 2 offsets, you get this gorgeous correlation of like a perfect trio. So a C differs from an A by 2, and then an I from an O goes 6, and then an S to an X is 4. What's the grand offset? It was 9, wasn't it? So there's something wrong here. C to an A goes down 2. And then from I to an O was up 6. Put that next. And then from an S to an X was up. What have I missed here? Oh yeah, this is a... Oh, I beg your pardon. It's from I don't know, and then from an S to an X. Huh, what have I missed here? C to an A is minus 2. And a 9 to an O is plus 6. A 19 to a 24, oh, of course, is plus 5. Okay, but this is the true way of doing it, doing parallel offsets between the letters that have the corresponding offset to 3s. Christ, thorax, for the net offset of negative 9. Okay, that's sweet. That's very obvious. So cool. -15. Ton of Christ in corselet. C, R, and then H. Differs from me like there. And then L, O. That's glaring. Okay, breastplate. Heart, lungs. I feel led to put heart plus lungs together. Because they work together. And what do we see then? We see Christ coming through here. Look at this. Because you have 1 plus 2 over the 3 plus 1, and then you have 3 letters that divide by 3. That is identical in Christ. So, heart plus lungs for Christ is 25, is an offset of plus 48. There's your gorgeous 6's offset. Put Christ over top of heart plus lungs. He is the maker of the body. He is the head, but it all points to him. This is so cool. A T is a T, an H is an H, an R is an R, and an S is an S. So now we're going to shoot for 6's in the offsets. Well, EA just gives it a 6 down at the bottom. And then a C offset from a U. This is so cool. I just want to make sure. Oh yeah. Actually, I'm going to. Yeah, no, that's cool. I could do. This is so cool. So there we had perfect equivalence. And then now. Yeah, so we have the 6 down here, and then the difference between, and then an L is another 12, and then the difference between a C and a U is 18, and then the difference between an I and an NG is another 12. So there's your grand total of 48 between Christ and heart and lungs. Isn't that awesome? So Christ owns your heart and lungs. Pretty sweet. Pay attention to words that have the same number of letters and like knit together to glorify Christ. There's the obvious 6, 12, 18, 12, 48, the opposites of 3's. Christ owns your heart and lungs. What else we got here? Man is Jesus. Oh, I want to solve the urinary bladder. Navel equals love. But let's solve urinary bladder, because that's at the center of the body. Urinary bladder. You can go Christ, you can go Jesus. Letter for letter, it contains a lot more plus 1's. You can go Jesus or Christ. Technically you should go Jesus, because there's exactly 2 plus 2's over the number of plus 3's, and the rest of the letters divide by 3. Urinary bladder is Jesus plus 78. Cool. Okay. Oh, let's solve the x-ray for Jesus. So this is what you call an x-ray. Well, how does that glorify Jesus? Well, it's got 2 plus 1s. You can compare it to Christ or Jesus. X-ray equals Jesus minus 6. Or of course x-ray equals Christ minus 9. Soft plus 1s make me think of Jesus. X-ray, Jesus. It's got the hard X sound in there though. I actually really like X-ray for Jesus. Your gut impression is usually correct. Watch this. Put Jesus on top of an X-ray. This is obvious because an S, shoot for 6s because the grand offset is 6. So their X-ray wins by 6 points. Okay, and that means that Jesu equals X Ra, 55. Or wait a second. Oh, it's the reverse. Jesus is 6 points higher, pardon me. Okay, so minus 6 there. No. And S is 18 points higher than there. Wow, so you can do a couple things. An X equals an ES, 24. There's a lot of things to point out. An X equals an ES. A U differs from an R by 3. This differs by 6, and then that differs by 9. So there's a couple of amazing correlations here to point out. In fact, you get 3, 6, 9. Like, this is really cool. So ES equals X, and then U equals R plus 3. Okay, and then S equals Y minus 6, and then J equals A plus 9. There's your, and so I would do, just for simplicity's sake, just so it's all like even the offset. So there's all the letters of Jesus with all the letters of X-ray in individual offsets of 3s going up in absolute values of 3s. Jesus, X-ray. So who invented the X-ray? Jesus did. And it maximally glorifies the Trinity at the same time with these gorgeous offsets of 3. Again, going up in absolute values 3, 6, 9. Jesus, X-ray. Jesus, X-ray. Now, if you maintain offsets, letter for letter, this is what you get. Let's try and shoot for 6s. And then, so what can we do next? A U is dead between an X or an R by 3 points. This is so cool. Because what's left over of these remaining letters, you have a JE, which equals 15 for Jesus. You have an R. So the team minus is team X-ray, and team plus is team Jesus. But check this action out. So now JE 15 plus 15, and then R in X-ray minus 18, and then U in Jesus plus 21, and then X in X-ray minus 21, minus 24, 15, 18, 21, 24. Oh boy. And so there's your gorgeous 3s offsets in this piece of machinery to yield the ultimate. Done. So we solved Jesus and X-ray. The I is the bonus, and R is an R. $27, 3 points higher. Okay. S to an A, 6. TH to an A, 27. Okay, you can study that too as well, it's fine. Christ X-ray, okay. What else? Diaphragm is an obvious one for Jesus. Jesus owns your diaphragm. Very easy. Diaphragm equals 77 equals Christ. But letter for letter, the plus ones are just ridiculous. Diaphragm. Like there's the 1 plus 2 in that whole cluster. And look at all the little offsets. There's an offset of 3. Like, yeah, really small offsets here. Beautiful little offsets between Jesus and diaphragm. So this time let's put, well, we'll put Jesus on top. So a J to a D, 6, E to an H, minus 3, and now I'm shooting for small. An S to a P, put Jesus on top, is 3. And then an I on the bottom is minus 9, and then an AAG on the bottom is minus 9, and then a U to an R is 3, and then an S to a M is 6. So look at all the gorgeous little letter by letter jewels of 3s between Jesus and diaphragm. So that should end up balancing out to plus 3. Or except no, diaphragm was on the bottom, so minus 3, right? Yeah, it should end up being minus 3. Jesus is 3 points less than diaphragm. Diaphragm equals Christ. That's amazing though. Like, that's just gorgeous. So like, wait a second. Plus 3 minus. Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. That's gorgeous. Flawless. Yeah, Jesus owns the diaphragm. Christ, diaphragm. Can you get letter for letter in Christ's diaphragm? Because these two words equal each other. Well, a C does not equal anything here, but they differ by 1 in the front. You get a CRI. And then it's kind of challenging to work in the rest. You can do a PD equals a T. And then you're kind of left to put these two guys together to equal the rest. That's fine. Okay. I'm pretty good. We solved thorax. We solved some of the biggest words in anatomy land. It's pretty simple. Oh, the trachea. The trachea is an important one to solve. Trachea for Christ. That's also known as your throat, simply put, but trachea is the official term. This is awesome. This is awesome for Christ. Trachea, here's your 3 plus 2s, your 2 plus 1s. Very obvious. Trachea for Christ. I love things that are at the center. So your trachea, so your mouth equals Christ, and then pretty obvious. A T is a T and an R is an R and a CH is there. You're playing Scrabble with the King of the Universe. I need to put Christ over Scrabble. I've preached on this one before. This is so cool that Christ invented Scrabble and ordained it. Again, in fact, the reason I'm mentioning Scrabble is trachea has the same phenomenon as Scrabble. 2 plus 1s. You've heard it all before, right? Christ, what's the grand offset? Christ is 15 points higher than Scrabble. It'd be fun to do that one. But trachea for Christ, look at that, 4 letters equal. And then this is so cool. So always actually put Christ on top, and he's actually the greater value in this case. So Christ is 21 points higher. So from an S to an A is plus 18 points. And then from an I over an E is another plus 3. Done. For the grand total of plus 21. So Christ owns your trachea. He created it. And Christ owns Scrabble. Oh man. I can't, you know what, this is irresistible. So that's painting number 1. Let's just bang, bang. Let's just grab some of the equivalences here. Christ, Scrabble. Now, yeah, you should do it in offsets. That really is the best thing to do. Like you can. Oh, forgot the S. That's pretty cool. The first 3 letters in Scrabble are a perfect trifork in Christ. That's glaring. And then the other equivalents, you can compare this to be differ by 3 points, and then an H differs from an E by 3 points, and then a T differs from an ABB by 3 times the 3rd prime points. So that's pretty cool. Like an H to an E, what's left? An H to an E, 3 points. An I to an L, minus 3 points. And then a T to the ABB was the final 15, which is of course grand total of 15, which is 3 times the 3rd prime. 5. So it's perfectly gorgeous for the Trinity. But that's so cool that scrub at the beginning of scramble, like for scramble, it's like scramble the letters. That's what it's all about. Scramble them and reorder them. Okay. So the root of the word scramble parallels Christ. Actually, de facto, letter for letter, it parallels Jesus more accurately with 3 plus 1s and a single plus 2. So that scrambling, scrambleth, I scrambleth the letters, scrambleth, scrambling, scramble, scrambled, all parallel Jesus and Christ, of course. Okay. In fact, if you look at scrambleth, you've got Christ almost flawlessly staring you in the face, SCRHT, only the I is missing, which again, it differs from an L by 3. And then an E plus an A is 6, and an M plus B is 15, and your 3s are there. But that's so beautiful. In the official board game Scrabble, there's your SCR. It's so cool. It's the beginning of the word scribe. Like a scribe can play Scrabble to learn about Christ. And scribe parallels Christ perfectly, just like Scrabble. You know, they share a BE. That is so cool. Like scribe versus Scrabble. There's BE there, BE there. And then this is 6 points higher because the I differs from an ABL by 6 points. But it's all for Christ. And there you go. Now, like I said, you can compare the values of individual, like the plus 1s and such, An S is an S. A T to an E is 15. There's your, which one's on top? Scrabble's on top. 15. H to a V is 6. An AV is 3. An I to an L. An R equals an R. A C is a C. That's cool. Okay, so we solved Christ on our Scrabble. Can't remember who it's made by. Parker Brothers? Milton Bradley? Scrabble. Oh, Scrabble is what you call a word game. And word game perfectly parallels Jesus and Christ. Alright, we've done that quite a bit. Word game most aptly parallels Jesus. Word game is 9 points higher than Jesus. Okay. What else do you want to solve in the universe? We solved the word universe. We solved Scrabble. We solved a lot of human anatomy. We solved the thorax, the trachea, the mouth, the diaphragm, kidney, xiphoid process. That was hilarious. The center view. Yeah, a bone is created by an osteoblast, which is versus Christ. It's 51 points off an osteoblast. I love the fact that it begins with ost, which equals love. That's cool. And then we solved the vertebra. And we solved some of the most central facial bones. Alright, we did a good job there. Did a good, that was amazing. Jesus Christ there. And sagittal suture, that's awesome. So yeah, and the sternum was pretty awesome. Oh, your teeth, man. Dentition, Christ. Incisor equals truth. Isn't that cool? I love things that are at the dead front and center. Like love is at the front of an incisor, and it's incisor equals truth equals love plus all men. So what are you supposed to sink your teeth into? Well, truth. Very obvious. And then since tooth divides by 3, just like truth. Sink your teeth into the truth. There are many things you can eat. There's always an analogy for the deeper things and the more satisfying things. Truth, tooth. Truth, tooth. Incisor, tooth. 87, 78. Good night. Put them together, it's just stunning. Incisor, tooth. Incisor, truth. Sink your teeth into the truth. Alrighty, I think we've done a very good job here. It's been highly awesome. Anatomy is in the house. We did a great job of it. So at the center of the face, Yeah, incisor, truth. Oh yeah, all I want for Christmas is my 2 front teeth. Just on the lips of people, front teeth parallels Christ. That'll be 31 plus 23. In fact, front teeth equals Christ plus love. Or simply love Christ. Front teeth, love Christ. Front teeth, love Christ. And you can find the love TNT at the center of your front teeth. Isn't that cool? So find Christ in your front teeth. Well, there's love binding the 2 words together, TNT. Okay. And then Christ makes the rest. You can go TH there. You can go R right there. You just grabbed 3 of the letters, and then an E and an E make 10, which differs from the S by 9. And then the F and the O is 21, which differs from the CI by 9. And the offsets between, this is amazing to me. The offset between the I and the O is, wow, that's amazing. The offset between the I and the O is, of course, 6, and the offset between the F and the C is 3. So that's amazing to me. So love is the famous TNT right at the center of your front teeth. So when you smile, you show your front teeth. Feel the love. TNT binding it together. So there's your love. Okay. And then there's 3 of the letters of Christ, perfect. And then look at these final offsets. Like I just want to, the final differences are 3, 6, 9. To make the net result of course, 0, the equivalence. So the first one was plus 3 on this side. And then it was minus 9, or, yeah, plus 3, and then it went minus 9 like that. So 3 plus 6 minus 9 equals 0, but you had absolute values of 3, 6, 9. Front teeth, emphatically, equals Christ plus love. And specifically, incisor equals truth. Sink your teeth into the truth. Truth sounds like tooth. Your incisor, tooth. Sink your tooth into the truth. Eat these words, the Bible says. Feed your brain the truth. Sink your tooth. That's so cool. Tooth for truth. Okay. Alrighty. Even the word sink parallels Christ. Okay. Front teeth equals love Christ. What else? In terms of bones, I like solving the facial ones because that's what stares you in the face. You'd have to knit them all together to make the complete jaw structure there. That was amazing. Incisors plus canines plus premolars. Oh man, it's going to blow your mind. The first 3 adds, this is mind-blowing. So I'm solving the names of all dentition here for the Trinity at large. So look at this. So these are the 4 different categories of teeth. Incisors, canines, premolars, and molars. Look how these knit together to make beautiful 3s. Okay? Premolars divides by 3, just like molars, okay? But the incisors knit together with the canines to make a multiple of 3. I'm doing all this in the calculator here. And then, so there you go. And then premolars all by itself divides by 3. That's amazing. And this number between these 2 was 171, and the premolars was 117. Same digits. Molars is 78. Which equals the word tooth. So all together, this grand feast equals 366 to the glory of the Trinity. Your incisors, your canines, your premolars, and your molars. But always go to the middle of things. Okay. Always go to the middle, the front, center. Good. Like it starts with love. There you go. Okay. Well, that was fun. We solved your teeth. We solved your brain for Christ. I'm satisfied with that. And more of those facial bones. The central bones in the human body. We solved the sternum for Christ. We solved the thorax for Christ. We solved the pelvis for Jesus, the pelvic girdle for Jesus, spine for Jehovah. And then the neck bones of the face. We did that one pretty good. Ooh, nice animation. Why is it turning on me? I don't want it to turn. 14 bones that form the human facial skeleton. So what's at the center of these? Nasal. We solve those. The vomer was a interesting one to... I would say the nose tip. Nose tip parallels Christ flawlessly. Plus 21. Nose tip. Tip of the nose. Nasal. An obvious correlation. Palatine. Inferior nasal concha. That's the ha. That's a good one for Christ. Inferior nasal concha is Christ. It equals worship Christ. Equals Christ plus love plus love. Just inferior nasal concha equals worship Christ. Zygomatic. That parallels Christ. So you just keep, sometimes it divides by 3 and these will all knit together, I'm sure. Like facial is Jesus. Like anything facial. Face is Trinity, but facial. With respect to Jesus is minus 42. There's that sixes again. We'll put Jesus over top of facial. And what I immediately jumped at was the S's and the A's that differ by 18s. And then keep going in 6 land. JE differs from a C by 12. And then a U differs from an I by 12. Oh my goodness, look how Jesus all thing like a facial. And you can go to a beauty salon and of course get a facial, they say. I mean, the human face, this is huge. So S over A 18, S over A 18, JE over C 12, U over I 12. And then facial has these 6s on the bottom, minus 6, minus 12. That is disturbingly awesome. So Jesus owns every facial bone, and he also owns a facial at a beauty salon. Beauty equals Jesus. Okay? So all this glory of amazing, like 6 teams, literally every letter in facial was accounted for with an offset from the letters of Jesus. Like the JE took out the C, the S took out the A, the S took out the A, the U took out the I, and then the F and the L are the bonus letters. Like every letter in facial supplied like a perfect multiple of 6 from JESUS to glorify the Trinity. So what does that glorify? I mean, these come to 30 plus 30, that's 60, minus 18. So that was your 42. Wow. And then Jesus equals beauty. I would like to compare Christ to beauty though, because that's what you actually are supposed to do. Because there's, well, beauty equals Jesus, that's just as good. But, and you can do your own comparison there. But look at this, with Christ and beauty, a T is a T, and then the plus one offsets here. Let me walk you through this. There's 1 plus 1 there, so there's a difference of 6. There's the other plus 1, and then an H, and then you got a couple plus 2s here to work with. So, what should we, there's a difference of 6 there, that's obvious. So from an S to an A, for an S to a Y is 6, so that's kind of a flag for us. Oh, this is awesome. So watch the offsets, the individual offsets between Christ and beauty. Okay, watch this. This is going to blow your mind. To show you that Christ is the creator of beauty, king of beauty. Okay, a T is a T. An H differs from a B by 6. And then an E plus an A equals 6. I'm going to bump those two guys off because that's the bonus plus 1 and plus 2 in beauty. So obvious. And then an S differs from a Y. Oh wait, okay, I want to make sure. So who has the greater value? Christ is higher. So we'll give Christ the positive. So that's right. And then the EA is minus 6. A T is a T, 0. An S to a Y is therefore another minus 6. Keep shooting for 6s. Well, an R all by itself at the top of Christ is 666. And then a CI, you can compare a CU. Yeah, because I want to keep the offset small. Let's knock a C against a U, and there's your minus 18. And then the I is the final 9 on the top. So there's all the offsets there. You got this lovely cancellating of the plus minus 6, plus minus 18, and then 6 minus 9 makes our final 3. So Christ created beauty. Okay. I wouldn't mind actually comparing the letters creator to beauty because I see a lot of similar letters. I mean, I see EA, I see T, because Christ parallels creator. But look at more of the flavor here. Look at this. Christ, the creator of beauty. Okay. So now a BY must get married to make a multiple of 3, no less than make half a love, which is a multiple of 9. R's are double 9. And then look, what's left over in creator is love. That's amazing to me. This is amazing. The creator, king of beauty. So look, you got triple 18. RRCO. There's love perfectly wrapping the creator. That's huge. So find love in the creator, we just did. Now, this is exciting because I never thought of it that way. And now, so Christ is at the center. Look, love is at the center of Christ, and it's at the flank of creator. Let's zoom in on that and give that a little glory time here. There's many things you could be staring at with your eyeballs, but words last forever. So this is amazing revelation here. There it is. So there is love at the center of Christ, okay, flanked in a T plus a 3. And there is love at the outskirts, beautiful complement of creator, flanked with a T plus a 6 interior. So the difference between Christ and creator is, of course, 3 points perfectly to the glory of the Trinity. That is massive for theology, and it's massive for love, and it's massive for all things sacred in this universe. Christ is the creator of beauty. And now, so now we're just getting beauty on the but Christ the creator. Like, just feast on those letters and stare at the perfect correlation. If you want, inject the word the in a nice, perfect, letter that it is right between them and just appreciate the ongoing symmetry of this. Look at the love, look at the balance, Christ, the Creator, glorifying the Trinity. That is massive. Glory to Jesus. This painting was completed at this date and time in world history. It's a great day for threes in the name of love. It's the third day of the 9th month, 2016. Everything divides by 3. All right. So, and monitor parallels Christ. And camera parallels Jesus. So all these things are a part of this. Now let's look at, you know, and then you can just keep going here. This is so cool. Christ, the creator of beauty. You know, at some point I kind of hope that as a result of my doing this work, okay, you know, maybe Christ will bless me with a real beautiful person in my life or something. Fun stuff. So look at this. Look at the love in Christ. Look at the love in Creator. And then this is so cool because the plus of equals love. Why don't I just keep the blue theme going? The plus of equals love. So all the blue, so we have triple love now in blue. Love at the center of Christ, love at the bookends of Creator, and love the summary of THE, the sum of THE plus OF. And then to find love and beauty, you just pop off the T, and the rest equals love. So Christ, the creator of beauty. But now we're doing that's a gorgeous painting all its own. We'll leave that. But now we are going to look at just simply creator over beauty, because we see a lot of the similar letters. But the first thing that jumped out at me is beauty is flanked in BY, which is half a love, which perfectly corresponds with the full love that flanks creator. And then they got this, you share the same letters, EAT, and then this U is like bonus 3s, being a 7-fold set of 3s. So why don't we just throw that bonus in there in Threeville and just state the obvious? The creator of beauty is Christ, and it's gorgeous. In the name of love. Okay? Flawless. Just plain flawless. So there you go there. So creator 80, beauty 6 points less. Good night. So literally, if you popped off these 6 points, all this down here equals beauty. Yeah, pop off that, and that equals love plus T for beauty. That's so cool. So here's beauty in creator. Or excuse me, not that, this. So there was love in creator, add the T, and now you've got beauty. Mind-blowing. Isn't that cool? Whoa. All right, so we hit it out of the park for creator, beauty, Christ. Interestingly, that famous movie, you know, God, Christ is the lion, the king of beasts. It's so cool. You know that famous movie, Beauty and the Beast? Well, both the word beast and the word beauty parallel Christ. You know, beauty equals 74. Beast equals 47. You know, Christ is referred to as a lion, which is a beast, but is a beautiful beast, you know. Let us never say anything that Christ is not. Okay, that's gorgeous. So, but very obvious for Christ, beauty and the beast. Okay. This is so obvious. This is Christ minus 3 for the Trinity, and then this is Christ minus 30. Hello. It's like, who owns every beauty? This, in my opinion, this is such a neat equation, such a simple equation. In my opinion, it's just as beautiful, if not more beautiful, than E equals MC squared. Christ created all beauty, together with the Trinity. Christ created every beast, together with the Trinity. As Stephen Curry, number 30, sinks 402 3-pointers in the threes, and Usain Bolt completes a triple-triple in Rio de Janeiro. Everything divides by 3 in Rio. Brazil parallels Christ. That is so cool. So Christ created all beauty, and he created every beast. And he also created every beautiful beast. The lion, which is the king of beasts, comes to mind. You know, the lion is beautiful, but it's a beast. Beauty and the beast. And any lover of math will just appreciate the beauty of this. 74, 47, good night. 3 and 30, perfect alignment, alliteration. Any poet, any mathematical poet like myself will appreciate this. Beauty and the beast. You're just like, now it's mathematically there. For Christ, though, for Christ, who is behind all this? Christ. He does his work through people. That's the mind-blowingly cool thing. That's such is the glory of it all. I'd say, and so, but if you want to do a letter-by-letter comparison between Beauty and the Beast, it's pretty glaring, because there's your E that corresponds with H, and then the BA. I haven't, by the way, I kid you not, my aunt, her name is B, Aunt B, and it's spelled this way. I am very aware of the sovereignty of God in my life to glorify this whole revelation, and so I have an aunt whose name is B. B, beautiful, Beatitudes, beauty and the beast. But this B, I preach, B is like one of the simplest names in the universe to glorify Christ, because it just did. Like the E differs from an H by 3, and then A plus a B equals 3, and it all like points, it all mathematically the offset is stunning. It's like it adds to 8. Like that is one of the lowest